Hi everyone, it's Coach Fred here. I'm back talking about slope again. I know, slope. Are you getting bored yet? Don't get bored. I'm just trying to break it up into small little bits for you. So let's make sure we understand how to find and deal with slope in finding the equations of a graph. So usually you have to use the slope combined with the x or the y-intercepts, or use the x and the y-intercepts to find the equation. But these don't have to be hard questions. It says here's a graph. They give us a graph. I really look carefully when I have a graph at the scale. Most important thing, especially when you're looking at equations, that you have the scale in mind. And it says, what is the equation of the line? So I don't really want to look at the answers, but what I do want to know is find the points that I need. And so in order to write an equation, you need a point and a slope. And in this case, because it crosses the y-axis, I've got this y-intercept. So that's 0, 3. So now I can look at the equations, and I can eliminate any of the equations that don't have a y-intercept of 3. So I can get rid of A, and I can get rid of D. Okay, so that helps. Now I also see I have a negative slope. So if I had any positive slopes, I'd want to get rid of them. But now I can see my B and C are both negative slopes. So now I just have to calculate the slope. Now, as a reminder, slope is change in y over change in x. So rise over run. So we have to go up, down first, and then left, right. So from 3, I'm going to go down 3 and to the right 2. So my slope is negative 3 over 2. So that with a y-intercept of 3 gives me B as my answer. It doesn't have to be any harder than that. All right, now there are a couple more involved questions. So remember when we talked in video number 1 about parallel lines? So what you do have to know is that parallel lines have the same slope. All right, so have the same slope. So in this question, it says, which of the following equations represent a line that is parallel to the line with equation y equals negative 3x plus 4? So look carefully. This is in slope-intercept form. So I can see the slope. It's what's being multiplied to the x, so my m is negative 3. All right, but now being careful here, I notice that my equations are all in standard form. So remember, I taught you that shortcut to find the slope in standard form. If it's in ax plus by equals c form, don't put these into y equals mx plus b. Find the slope by doing negative a over b. It's a shortcut. So go through each answer and see which ones I need the same slope. So I'm looking for a slope of negative 3. All right, so I'm going to start with the first one. Negative 6 all over 2. That gives me negative 3. So right off the bat, my answer is A. Should you go through them all? You don't necessarily have to. If you're sold on the fact that that is your slope, you can stop right there. And I can prove it to you. This one, B, would be negative 3 over negative 1, which would give me a positive 3. So that's out. Negative 2 over negative 3 is 2/3. That's out. And then the last one, negative 1 over 3, which is negative 1/3. That's actually the perpendicular slope. Nope, it's not the perpendicular slope. It's close to being the perpendicular slope. So that's out as well. So I just proved to you that A is your answer. All right, last one. It says, in the xy plane, line L is parallel to line K. What is the value of P? So now it wants us to use the slope to do something else, okay? So I want to find the slope of the line I have coordinate points for. So I'm going to do rise over run. So from this point right here, I'm rising 2 and I'm running 5. So my slope is 2/5. So I need to do the exact same thing to get to P. There's a couple ways you could do that. You could use the slope equation, but I just looked at it and said, how far am I going up? Well, I'm going up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So to get the same ratio, I'd have to go over 10. Because 4 over 10 would give me a 2/5 slope. So that would give me that P has to be 10. So it's just easier sometimes to think of slope as a ratio instead of using any formula. All right, that's it for today, guys. Hope you got something out of that slope video. Have a great day.